Hey guys, welcome back. So I want to share with you guys something that is a major problem for many people, and it's keeping a lot of people from actually progressing in their life. It's keeping a lot of people, unhappy. This very thing for many people is the difference between happiness in their life, success in their life, fulfillment in their life, and continuing on the route that they're on right now. Not saying anyone's not happy, but several people out there, they're not in the position that they want to be in. And this one factor is causing a lot of people not to be there. And that factor is excuses. It's continue to blame other people for every situation that we come across. It's continuing to find to find some sort of blame to put on someone else for whatever reason. Thinking back to college for me, I saw, I'd hear a lot of people say that college was a waste. And I am not going to say what anyone should do, whether anyone should go to college or whether they should, pursue a different avenue. That is not for me to decide. I can tell you what I gained from it, and I can tell you that for me, I would not go back and change my decision to not go to college. Because there are things that I gained that were far beyond what even instructors were attempting to teach me. There are things that I had to learn within myself, things that I had to realize that for myself that were going to help me grow in life. So I hear a lot of people say that perhaps the teachers didn't prepare them for what they're doing, and that thought on it is definitely not where you want to go, because what you're going to do from that is you're just going to sit helpless. Okay, because this person didn't prepare me for what I should do now, I'm just going to sit helpless. I'm not going to do anything about it. No. If you feel you didn't learn enough from it, teach yourself. A lot of people will blame other people for the positions that they are in life. I'm not at the I can't get a job right now. No, actually, no one will hire me right now. Putting that blame on other people to think that it is up to them to hire you, the wrong mindset. Think about why they aren't hiring you. Maybe you don't have a certain skill set that they're looking for. Rather than continuing to blame the masses for not hiring you, learn the skills that you need to do well on that job. If a relationship failed, and a lot of times I look back on things that happened in my life, to the exams that I failed, to relationships that didn't succeed, and it's easy to put that blame on the other people to why they didn't succeed. For example, a relationship. It's easy for me to say that they did this or did that. Sure, they could be very much to blame for it. Perhaps they were the ones who cheated, or perhaps they were unfaithful or did things that they shouldn't have done. Sure, and I understand that, and it's happened to me before. But rather than me to continue to just, scorn someone else for something that they may have did, and to have this whole negative outlook on relationships because of my past experiences and, the actions of someone else, I'll look back and I'll say, hey, maybe, I shouldn't have been in that position. Maybe I shouldn't have been in that relationship. Maybe it was my own bit of being naive or, horrible judgment that put me in that position in the first place. And you know what? Looking at it that way allows me to grow. Looking at it that way allows me to learn and to be able to find things that I can tell other people to watch out for. So, whatever position you're in, rather than looking to blame someone else, find the things that perhaps you shouldn't have done that put you in that position, or perhaps you didn't do enough to put you in a better position in life. I've always had this thought that anything negative that was to happen in my life was a result of a combinations of, not only the things that happen externally, but mostly the combination of things that happened with me. They were a result of the things that I did, the things that I didn't do, the decisions I made, the things that I may have said, things that I may not have said. And there was a point in my life where I believed that this was a negative way of being. Perhaps with anything, being in obsess of blaming yourself or putting too much fault on yourself, maybe it can be a little draining. But for me, it's always left me that bit of it's give me a reason to actually assess myself and say, I could do this better, or perhaps this is something that I need to change. The major thing about excuses is that they always give you a reason to not take action. They always give you a reason to not do what you need to do. They give you a reason to sit back. They give you, it sort of justifies your laziness. It justifies you sitting back and just continue to put blame on other people and continue to wallow in negative things. Excuses never give you a drive to move forward. Excuses never give you a reason to move forward. To actually put a little bit of fault on yourself, to put a little bit of blame on yourself, what that does is it allows you to say what you need to change. It allows you to say what actions you need to do differently next time. So that's the way that you want to look at things. Excuses, they're going to get you absolutely nowhere in life. Rather than continue to say what the problem is, find out what the solution is. Find out what you need to do that's actually going to get you from point A to point B. Don't wallow in the past. Don't wallow in the things that didn't necessarily turn out the way you wanted them to, or something that resulted possibly because someone else, the actions that they may have took. But you know what? Rather than continue to just waste your time sitting and blaming other people and continue to blame other people for the situation that you're in, change it. Get up and do what you need to do to change that situation, because that's what's going to get you to the next level. Not continue to look back and continuing to find something negative to speak on about other people or what they didn't do. What didn't you do? Think about that. What didn't you do? So guys, that's really all I want to talk about. Be real careful about excuses, and be real careful about how much you're allowing them to consume your time. The amount of time that you're putting in excuses and looking back and saying what someone else didn't do for you. Think about what you didn't do for you. Think about what you didn't do. So guys, that's really all I want to talk about. I hope I said something that can help you out. If you like the content, go ahead and like the page, subscribe, do whatever you got to do, and I'll see you next time.